Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Levi Giles. And today we're predicting the Jordan Gill Zelfa Barrett cards. And yes, good to get you on as always, mate.
Sam, cheers for having us, my mate. Always good to do these predictions. We weren't too far off last time, but yeah.
I forgot what fight we predicted last time. I think it was
Fabio.
oh, Fabio, yeah. But yes. Um yeah, so we'll talk through the cards. This isn't the running order, by the way. But yeah. So we've got Stephen Clark, who's 1-0. He's boxing Jensen Irvin, who's 4-9. That's 4 rounds in the middleweight division.
Yeah, I've seen that Irving box. He's actually not that bad, but he's obviously taking the away corner route. So obviously I'm going. That's quite easy to predict that one, and I think obviously it's going to be good for that young lad to get some good exposure on the big screen. So yeah, I reckon he'll probably win by points. I don't think he'll stop that Irving. It is pretty tough. I see. Oh,
Trains
me
with the
good mate from
Smiths.
Scunny.
Pardon?
I see my good mate from Scunny, James Richardson, box him, and to be honest, he gave
That
him
was
a
on
good.
your card, that one.
It was, mate. Yeah, I mean, I see the fight after mine, but he gave him a bit of a pacing, and he took it quite well, to be honest, and actually returned fire. He's not one of these journeymen that'll just suck up. He likes to go and give it a good go, to be honest with you. So yeah, but I think he'll lose on points, that Irving.
Yeah, I mean that Clark boxed on the not the Marshall, the Mayor v Jonas card. He got a stoppage on that undercard. I had him on the channel earlier. I interviewed him actually.
Did you?
Yeah, he trains with the Smiths as well. So he's big prospect. He got a stoppage
Yeah,
last time out. I don't think he'll stop Jensen because Jensen's tough and he'll have a
yeah,
go. But I think Clark will be too much for him. And I can imagine a 40-36 win to Clark on this one.
yeah, definitely. He won't drop any points, mate. He's too good. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And then we've got Jack Turner, who's 5-0. He's boxing somebody from Tanzania called Abdul Nagioma. We'll go on that. That's 6 rounds in the super flyweight division. I've heard good things about Jack. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's 5 knockouts out of 5, so he's on a bit of a
Yeah,
roll.
that speaks for itself as especially at that lower weight, you don't really see many huge punches down there. But obviously he's packing a punch, so yeah, he'll probably be looking to go 6 from 6 stoppages, and I probably predict that he's going to do so. That's some record for a flyweight.
Yeah, I mean, you don't, yeah, as you said, you don't see that, power at those lower weights, your 5 fights, 5 knockouts.
No,
I can expect another knockout because, these Tanzanians, no offense to them, but they do get a bit wild. And when they miss a shot, they can obviously get caught quite clean. I can see a Jack Turner maybe, I would say maybe round 3 because it's a little bit of a step up in opponent but not overly too much, if you know what I mean.
yeah, in runs. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
No,
saying
obviously I haven't actually seen him box yet, so I'm looking forward to that. But I do think, yeah, I think he's going to stop him, mate. Maybe one or two, like you say, line it up and then take him out 3 or 4, maybe. He's obviously quite a punch, especially in that weight division. So I'm actually quite excited to watch that.
yeah, he's quite good. I think you'll
Yeah,
enjoy that one. Then you've got Brandon Scott, 6-0. Bit of a showman, Brandon is. He's boxing some Rodrigo Mateus, who's 5-5 with 2 draws. I've been really impressed with Brandon. I mean, he's recently got on this matchroom cards. And yeah, he does make some entrances as well. I mean, he made the Darth Vader ring walk in. I think it was his fight against Louis Norman on the AJ card. He's getting on these big shows. He looks the part, and he can fight as well. He's coming up. I think yeah, he's the weight below you, featherweight. I can expect to see maybe because he can box as well, but he does get a knockout as well. I can expect him. I'm gonna say Brandon on points, maybe late stoppage for Brandon Scott. But if I have to go with one, I'm going to say Brandon Scott quite comfortably on points, or, you know, back end of the fight stoppage for Brandon Scott.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've seen him box. He's like a ball of energy, and he's quite a funny kid actually. I don't know if he tries a bit. I don't know if he tries too hard to try and make people laugh. But his boxing ability wise, he looks like he don't look like the biggest puncher in the world, but he does. He look, he'll be enough there to get the opponent's respect. I have seen that he's had his hand operation now, so he said he's been boxing with one hand. So yeah, I look forward to watching him with both hands, and I hope he does really well. I probably predict the same. I'm going to say a points win for Brandon Scott. He'll probably, what is it, 6 rounds? It'll probably be a 60-54 Brandon Scott win.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 60-54 or a 60-53. You know, he might put the fella down.
Yeah. I hadn't seen much on that other fella, but yeah,
Neither
maybe.
have I, but yeah. Then you've got William Crawler, this is 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. You've got William Crawler 4-0 v Fabio Gascon, who's 4-9, who's only been stopped one time. Sorry. Yeah, I've been impressed with William. You know, a few fighters, they, like Hatton recently. I wouldn't, has that pressure of, that name that they've got. Of course, William's got I think they're brothers, aren't they? Anthony Crawler and William.
I think so, yeah. I've seen, I mean, yeah, he looks quite tidy actually. I've seen him box. He does actually look quite good. So yeah, I mean, his opponent. I haven't seen much of that opponent, so I can't say too much. But I'm probably
He's only
going to
been
predict
stopped once though, so
yeah, probably a wide points decision for Crawler.
I mean, Crawler's 3 knockouts out of the 4, so he's on a bit of a roll. He
Yeah,
took Joe Hardy the distance on his debut, which Joe's a good fighter in his own right.
yeah,
He did have that late scare with Joe. I mean, Joe did put him on the floor. I thought he got, wouldn't say he got lucky, but I thought it could have been a draw. But I don't argue with the 39-38 to Crawler. Other than
no,
that, he's been on a bit of a roll with 2 first-round knockouts, and then boxing another Manchester lad in George Sutcliffe. I can imagine, and I would like to see another stoppage here for Crawler, and I'm going to
yeah,
say maybe round 2 for Crawler again.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm gonna,
You
yeah,
saying points?
I'm gonna say probably a wide points decision, but or a stoppage. You're saying it's definitely going to be a Crawler win. How he does it is, yeah. I don't really know much on the opponent, so I don't want to just sit and say he's going to get blasted out because he could actually be pretty tough. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I've been quite impressed with Crawler in his fights that we've seen at the moment. I
Yeah,
think he's
he
doing
does. He
quite
looks
well.
tidy. Yeah, he does look tidy.
Yeah, he does. Jimmy Sains, 6 rounds in the middleweight division. Jimmy Sains 3-0 v oh no, not very good at pronouncing names. Matthias Kalachi, who's 2-1. So another little step up for Jimmy. But again, Jimmy's a matchroom prospect, 3 out of 3 KOs. He's timing them really well. Recently boxed in America on a Conor Ben Dobson card. I think he trains with Tony Sims, who trains Ben, and I don't know why my mind's gone blank. But yes, I think Jordan Thompson as well, I believe. But yeah, I've been impressed with Jimmy
Yeah,
James. Yes, it's another little step up, but you don't. I mean, if you look at this guy, he's
is
got.
Cordina with them?
Pardon? Yeah, he trains
Joe
alongside.
Cordina's with them, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Joe Cordina as well. I mean, this guy who he's Jimmy Sains is boxing, lost his last fight on unanimous decision to some guy who's 13-5. Yeah, I would like to see Jimmy Sains bank a few rounds in this one.
Yeah,
Yes, he's a big hitter. People were saying, "Oh, you've got to knock them out every fight." you don't need to knock them out every fight. Yes, you want 100% knockouts in every fight, but it's also good to bank a few rounds, get a few rounds under your tank.
Yeah, of course it is, because you can't buy that experience. So when he gets to them 10 rounders and your title fights, I think it's quite important that you can do that. But they do spar it a lot. So they do, when you see lads that get they do when they bang a few out early on, they'll probably be sparring them 10s in the 12 rounds. So
Oh yeah,
it's not like they
100%.
haven't done it. It's just doing it on the night.
Yeah, you get what I mean, but I think he might I'm gonna say points with this one. I think the opponent's quite tough. He's got a winning record, or a winning record. He'll be fighting back, and that could play into Sains' hand. But I'm thinking maybe a Jimmy Sains points win here, and yeah, again, sort
I'm
of
going to say he
60.
probably stops him. I think that because the guy's got a winning record, it might choose him to fight back a bit more, and I think that's when he'll get caught. Mate, I don't know if it'll be early on, but I think he's going to stop him.
Yeah,
He does
fair
look
enough. He is a
good.
big puncher, Jimmy, and
Yeah, you can see that.
yeah, I agree, mate. A fight that I think you'll be interested in, of course, the English super featherweight title, Michael Gomez and Kane Baker. I mean, you should be the English super featherweight champion, but I know you don't. We spoke about that before, but yeah, just talk about this fight and how you see this one going.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, mate, I feel like that it's great matchmaking. I think Kevin Murray is doing. I think he's done a brilliant job with matchmaking. Michael for this fight. I feel like Kane Baker. No disrespect to Kane. I've wished him well. I've wished him all the best. I think it's going to be a good fight. I don't think, to be honest, I'm not really being I've obviously been in there with Michael, and I feel like he's probably a bigger puncher than Baker, but I don't think any of them punch very hard at all. But I do, and I feel like Kane Baker, he just forward, he gives it a good go. He's been up there, he's been in with some really bigger people like your Conor Benn and stuff, and he's so game. But I feel like that's going to go Gomez, and I feel like he's a perfect. I feel like Michael beats him on a wide points decision. I don't. Michael's he's not. He ain't a massive puncher, and I've said this to quite a few people. He's not a pitcher at all. He's very with his weight rate. He's got a very good weight rate, and he throws a lot of punches. And I feel like Kane Baker's going to be standing there to trade blow for blow with him, and I feel like that might be a bad decision because I don't feel like Baker's got the. I could be wrong. He's very game. Obviously, everyone turns up when it's a title fight, so and it's probably going to be the best. It's going to be the best.
Oh, he's gone. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, we had a bit of a technical issue, but yes, we were back. Yeah, you were saying that Kane, it could be, yeah, you were talking about Kane and saying standing and trading might not be the best ideas. Something along those lines.
No, I don't feel that Kane can do anything else. I feel like he's very. I don't want to disrespect him too much. He's a lovely bloke. He's not, and what he's done with how he's become this way, his mindset, and everything else. He could prove a lot of people completely wrong tomorrow, and really upset the odds. But I just feel like Michael's good inside. He won't have to go looking for Kane because Kane's going to come forward. The will trade blows. I just feel like it's going to play into Michael's hands. I feel like it's better than that. I feel like that's just it, mate. At the end of the day, I feel like I don't feel like Kane can go out there and get on a jab and move. It's not his style. We've seen him fight. He likes to come forward. He likes to have a go. You never know. He might take Michael's punches and be able to. It might work out that Baker might be a bigger puncher than Gomez, which wouldn't surprise me. But I can't see it. I feel like I think stylistically, mate, Kane Baker's made for someone like Gomez. So yeah, I'm going to go with Gomez. I'm going to say he beats him. I'm going to say points. I think Gomez wins on points.
Well, when you were in there with Gomez, what was he, would you say, he was good at?
Like I've said, it he's very one dimensional, but he throws a lot of punches, and his guard's very good. But yeah, it's just his weight rate, mate. That's all. There's literally there ain't any power. There's nothing like. I mean, like he said himself. I'm not disrespecting him. He's openly he said this himself. Technically he's not the best, but he will stand there and he will throw punches all night. He's tough. I feel like that's his attributes. I knew that going into the fight with him for myself. We just took a bit of the wrong game plan. I felt like I was a lot stronger than him in there, and I should have used that to my advantage. But with the time we had in that and the way the fight went, even though I thought I did enough, but we've moved on from that now. To be honest, I haven't really ever sat and said it's ever got to me. I just moved on. You take your wins and I
Yeah,
take my
and you
losses.
and you went another route, and even though you wanted the
Yeah,
immediate rematch, you went and fought for another title, and you picked up another belt and gone a different route. So
yeah. And that's what you got to do in boxing. You can't dwell on things and say, "Oh, I could have and should have and would have." He won, and it's simple as that. If and like I say, one day I hope I do get the rematch, so I can right that wrong. But
but hopefully, maybe for the
yeah,
British or something, if that comes
definitely,
up.
mate. Yeah, definitely, you can. It'll happen if he stays at super featherweight. I feel like he's very tough for him to make the weight.
Do
And
you
if the
think he's too
opportunities
big for
aren't
the weight
coming,
or too small for
I
the
don't.
weight?
I don't
Big.
feel like he's too big because he don't carry the power. I don't know if he'll have the power to go up to lightweight. I mean, you like to Sam Noakes and people like that. He won't want to trade. He won't want to stand and trade blows with them. But I don't feel like he can do anything else than stand and trade punches. So he's in a bit. It's an hard one for him really. But yeah, he's big for the weight, and he's very tall. But yeah, I feel like his punch power would probably be the reason he hadn't stepped up to lightweight himself. I'm not too sure. But his keys, the key for him is his weight rate. He throws a lot of punches, and
So does Kane, though.
he's quite durable. King does, but I don't know. I could be, you know what, man? I could be well wrong. I could
He's
well be
done it.
wrong.
I like the way Kane's done it. He's done it in the away corner. He's took these chances, not come up
Oh yeah, brilliant.
overly with the results. But recently, I mean, if you've watched those two Jordan Flynn fights, great fights. I thought they were both close, like really tight.
I thought the first one, yeah, I thought the first one, and then there, like you say. With that being said, Jordan Flynn's probably he's not. I wouldn't say he's better than Gomez,
We'll
but
get
I'd
on
say
to his Jordan's fight in a minute because he's fighting on the card at lightweight because he was meant to be boxing Cameron Vong, but
yeah, it wasn't. I feel like Cameron Vong's bottled it a bit there. After all this build up and the hype and stuff that he's been given and saying he'll
he's
beat him one,
injured.
and I feel like it's bit him a bit on the ass really. But yeah, my prediction for that, mate. I think Gomez wins on points. I like I said, I like Kane to be honest. I'll be obviously I'll be keeping a close eye on it. I'd love that Gomez rematch.
Or
I'd
if
take
Kane wins,
take
you
it
would.
sweet. Yeah, and if Kane Baker wins, I'd love to get a fight with Kane Baker. I feel like it's another one. He's so game in. You have to take your hats off to someone like Kane Baker because
This is his world title fight. He might not get another
like he's
fight
done
like
everything.
this.
No, I feel like you're going to see the best Kane Baker in there as well. I do, but I just feel like the way he fights, it's going to be a toe to toe. It might be exciting to watch, but I don't feel like any of them are massive punches. I know Gomez in, but what he does, he throws a lot of punches, so it's going to be a good fight, I think. But yeah, I'm going to back Gomez. I'm going to back him to win on points. Kane's tough. I don't know if Kane will get stops. I really don't, but I feel like Gomez is just that little bit better. I could be wrong.
Kane's only
Could be.
been stopped by three good fighters: Conor Benn, Yusuf Kamari, and I believe maybe I forgot who the other one was. I think it might have been Gary Cully. But um, yeah, I think Kane, he's done it the hard way. I like the way Kane's done it. Those Jordan Flynn fights, they try to get a second fight with Jordan, third fight for with Jordan Flynn, but Jordan Flynn pulled out of that apparently. I think Kane's going to do it. I believe, it's his last chance. I wouldn't say his last chance because he's always in big fights, and even if he does lose, I can imagine he'll get straight back into a big fight because that's what Kane Baker does. But I can just see him taking this opportunity, and it'd be hard for him to get a points win, in Gomez's hometown, and yeah, I think it'll
I
be
don't
tough.
think that I feel like is quite a likable person, Kane Baker. I mean, a lot of people are
I can't
obviously
see him
good.
getting a decision, but
I
I
don't
can see him
know, you know,
outworking him,
like
and Kane, even though Kane's not the biggest of punchers. Yes, I know that he's not the biggest of punchers, but Kane's work rate is good. And I think if he just gets him and gets him for lands a few good combos with Gomez not replying back, I think he could get a stoppage. I think he does need a stoppage here. I think the styles will gel quite well, but I think it's a bit of it's a good way. Apparently, this is kicking off the show. Well, the main card at 7. I think you're in for a real treat here with an English title
you
fight.
know what? I hope you're right. And if Kane Baker does turn up and beat Gomez, it couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke. And I'll happily take that English title away from any of them next. Because boxing's a business at the end of the day, and it's nothing against them, but they're obviously it's hard. They're in my weight division, And Kane Baker, mate, if he does go and do the business, I've wished him good luck myself. I hope he does do it, but I'm not. I'm a realist, and I just think Gomez is just that little bit better. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
I think it'll be a bit of a Cinderella man story, and I reckon Kane's going to do it, and I really hope he does as well. And I think, you know, if Kane wins, there's fights with you, and there's big fights there for the winner of this fight. I think it's if Kane wins, it's more likely you'll fight him than Gomez, but that's between that's another story, and you don't want to
Yeah, mate, I think you know what I don't. No matter.
Kane fights
Obviously,
anyone, doesn't he?
I think Gomez will vacate this. I'm surprised he hasn't vacated yet. Obviously, he hasn't defended it. I feel like he's in a position where he has to defend it. He's not really getting given the chances he probably would have got, but
The thing is, if Gomez does win, then that becomes vacant, and I'm sure I mean, you've got a belt already, then maybe that puts you forward for it against, I don't know, there's quite a few super featherweights out there who are looking good and looking at that
oh,
English title, so
it's
I'm sure there'll be fights out
flying. Yeah, this division's flying. Whether Reece Belotti sticks about, you've got
Dylan's
Liam.
still fighting, Ryan Garner. I mean, those two
Yeah,
have been
you know
made.
what? Fight. Liam Dillon's a tough man. He really is. And that's another fight for myself down the line. I really hope these fights happen. I'm just, I'm on the back burner myself. You've even
How's
got.
your recovery going anyway?
It's going well, mate. It is. Soon I'll be back in the gym, and my diet's going well with Jack. So my weight's down, and I'm feeling great. I really am. I can't wait to be back. Even the likes of Jerome Campbell, he'll be in the mix. Jerome's. I've spoke to
He
Jerome
won an
quite a bit.
English
He knows
eliminator.
the crack. And he's a nice enough geezer, to be honest. And maybe that'll happen down the line, maybe for a big title, because I feel like it deserves one. He ain't a bad fighter himself, so maybe you might
Yeah.
see him along the mix with these kids as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because he won and eliminated for the English as well, so
Yeah,
he's in that mix with
yeah.
you as well.
Gomez could vacate it, and me and Jerome could box for the English title. It's just that's the way boxing goes. Sometimes you never know what's around the corner. So I'm
Yeah,
not.
mate.
I'm keeping my weight right down. So if we do get a call in 4 or 5 weeks, I can make the weight comfortable. Not like with the Gomez fight where I had. We it was lied to. We was told a date, and then they said, "All right, now you've got 5 weeks."
Oh
So
yeah, I
yeah,
remember you saying that to me. But yeah, I'm going Baker stoppage round 8. You're saying Gomez points. Another fight that's on the cards because we spoke about that. We've broken that one down quite a bit. Jordan Flynn, he's boxing in the lightweight division against a Tanzanian Tapir Marus. I can only see a Jordan Flynn win here, completely honest.
yeah.
Jordan Flynn ain't a
They're not
massive.
going to let him lose now because obviously they know that Cameron is next in line. And to be honest, I don't know. It's, after all the after everything he's been saying about he'll beat Flynn with one hand, and then now he's pulled out of a shoulder injury. It's just stumped him a bit on it, but it'll be a good fight. But I think
And
we'll
he'll
see.
be and Jordan. What's your thoughts on Jordan Flynn? Moving up from super featherweight to lightweight. Do you think that's a good call from Jordan Flynn, or what's your thoughts on it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't personally know Jordan. I've obviously I watch a lot of boxing. I've been a fan for years. So he was quite a decent amateur. Um, is yeah. I mean, he don't look the smallest, so maybe super feather's a bit too much for him to make. But he is saying he's going up to fight him. He might come back down. I don't know, but he didn't. I don't know. Maybe the weight cut can take a bit out of a fighter, and maybe he learned a bit with Kane Baker. Even though the second time when he dropped Kane Baker and stuff, I thought he should have won that fight, even though he got given a draw. But I thought the first one, Kane Baker won, so it's like
I
one
thought
at
it was
peace
the
for
other
them.
way
So
around, personally, but yeah.
I thought, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know.
It's one of
It
those
might be the other
fights
way. I
where
know
it's
one of them he should have definitely won Flynn, and the other one I thought Baker won. But yeah, maybe going up's a good idea. He's definitely going to win that fight. How he wins it is probably a stoppage. I don't like you say them Tanzanians. They're not. No disrespect again, but they're not.
and it's 8 rounds.
Yeah, they fall over, don't they? They're not. Yeah, I just don't think they're used to that kind of the styles when you look at the records and stuff. Um, but yeah, it's a weird one.
But we're both saying Jordan Flynn win on that one, and hopefully that
Yeah,
Von fight gets rescheduled.
yeah, mate. He'll want to look good doing it and say, and then he'll probably go on and you can picture it
Cool,
now,
then.
can't you? That Cameron's bottled it and stuff, but that's going to be expected. So yeah, but I reckon he probably gets one of them Tanzanians out of there.
Fair enough. And then you've got well, yeah, 3 fights left. We've got Rihanna Dixon, 9-0 Karen Elizabeth Caballero. We'll go on that for the WBO lightweight title. I mean, I'm expecting Rihanna Dixon to win on points wide. I was not in, no offense to that Karen, but when she fought Katie Taylor, you would have expected her to give it her all. I mean, she probably would, but I mean, she wasn't giving too much away. I thought she was very tight with her guard, very composed, didn't really throw much back. I was quite disappointed, thinking that, like, that's her big night. That's the biggest night of her career, and she didn't really give much. I mean, fair play to her. She's fought 3 times since that Katie Taylor fight, won all three. But if you look at her, she's been fighting in Argentina. Sorry, I don't know. My words just muddled up. But yeah, she's fought in over there. But it's not. If you look at the opponents, they're not the same sort of caliber as these world fighters. So I am.
No, they're not, but it could be a banana skin for Dixon. I haven't seen much of Dixon, to be honest. And when I haven't
She
been.
stopped that Vicky Wilkinson who Kirsty fought.
Yeah, but it's she's she's like a couple of levels above, isn't she? I mean, she's had quite a few fights, hasn't she, Dixon?
Dixon's only had 9.
Well, when I've seen it, to be honest, I don't think she's looked like out this world. And
I
obviously,
agree, but I think she looks all right, and I think as the opponent gets better, she'll look better, and I
yeah,
think
she
her
might.
speed and her timing's quite good. I think, and yeah, of course she's got Anthony Crolla as trainer. It'll be Anthony Crolla's first world champion, providing she wins. On Saturday.
Yeah, is it in that what division is this in? Super feather.
No, lightweight.
Yeah, so all right, so you've got like the likes of Caroline Dubois and yeah, it's a really good division. I feel like it's a great fight that's picked for her. I feel like it's a very carefully handpicked fight, but you never know when it's a world title that this girl might turn up this time. So I don't think she can overlook her. But yeah, I'm expecting a wide points victory.
Yeah, fair enough. Same with me, mate. I'm thinking unanimous decision. Then we've
Yeah,
got another female world title fight. You've got the IBF and the WBO super bantamweight titles. You've got Ellie Scotney 8-0 v Sanglea Libravia. Something like that. I'm not very good with names, but yes, she's 18-0, and I believe they've got one title each.
I feel I do. I feel like the experience is going to show here, and I'm actually going to take the. Even though I like Scotney, she looks really good. I'm actually going to take the away fighter on this one.
Ooh. I mean, I think
Yeah,
I've seen her box maybe one or two times. Not, I don't know overly too much about her, but I've heard she's good, and she's been calling for this fight. For her and her team been calling for this fight for a while. But if I'm completely honest with you, I'm thinking Scotney points. Can't see a stoppage in this fight. I think they're both good, tough fighters. They're both good rank fighters, and I think, you know, two titles on the line, lot at stake, and
yeah.
one step closer to, you know, unifying the super bantamweight division. But I believe Scotney will win on points. I reckon it'll be a decent close fight, this one. I think it'll be better than the Dixon fight. No offense to those two, but I think this is more of an interesting fight. That's just in my opinion. For this one, I'm more excited for this one. And yes, Ellie Scotney for the win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm going to take the away fighter on this one.
Glad we've disagreed with a few, and I think we might
Yeah, on one. Yeah, well, two actually. Yeah.
two, yeah, and I think we might disagree here as well because yeah, well, we'll get into it. Jordan Gill, 28-2 with one draw. Zelfa Barrett, 30-2. I believe you've sparred with Zelfa, haven't you?
Mate, Zelfa's, you know what? It's very, very good. Like, he's so, he's comfortable at taking shots. He's very sharp. I honestly, straight off the bat, I can't see Gill winning this fight. I don't know how Gill's gonna go there. I don't think he's. I can't see him getting close to Zelfa, mate. And I feel like to get close to him, he's gonna have to take shots coming in. And I feel like I don't know. I don't know. He's hard because he looks so good against Conlon, but Conlon's not a true super featherweight. So was it a really bad Michael Conlon or a really good Jordan Gill? I think it's all going to be shown on Saturday night. But I feel like Zelfa's just got too much, mate, for him to just that level above, I think. And I feel like he's going to go on to obviously fight Cordina, which is a fight everyone would want it for the world title.
Yeah, I mean, but I disagree with you, mate. I mean, I was very impressed with Jordan Gill against Conlon. I think he's
very good.
The way he's come back from the Martinez fight, you know, what he said in that press conference, what he's been through, and he's come back so strong, and people writ him off against Conlon. And I was telling everyone that you can't write off Jordan Gill in this one because I knew what Jordan was about. I knew that it was probably his last sort of shot,
Yeah,
sort of at trying to get that world title fight. I believe it is a good fight, and it's a good competitive fight. Zelfa, of course, unfortunately lost to forgot his name, Rakhimov.
Ronald Clark and then Rakhimov. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, so if up to that point, Zelfa looked comfortable in that fight. You know, he was looking very good, but the pressure of Rakhimov got to him, and yeah, I don't know if Gill's going to be able to do that. I don't think he's
Gill, mate, Gill's got great pressure, and the way he closed that gap against Conlon, he done well, didn't he? And he dropped Conlon.
Mate, he was fantastic, but I just don't. I feel like Mickey Conlon's a super weight. I don't feel he's any bigger than that, to be honest. I think even would be small. For super feather, definitely too small. So I feel like, yes, Gill looked fantastic and he did it. To be honest, he proved me wrong because I thought Conlon was actually going to win that fight and he didn't. And the story and stuff behind Jordan Gill, it was class to see. And it's two great guys going at it for, you know, you're talking world honours after this fight. So this is like a world title fight for them both. So
world title eliminated. Yeah. The winner definitely gets this world title fight. And I wouldn't, you know, no offense, but the fighter who loses this fight, it'll be a long way back, sort of. You
Very,
know what I
very
mean?
to get. Yeah, oh, definitely.
Could be a long way back. But I think, fair play to both of them. I think it'll be very good fight while it lasts. I think they're both very sharp. Gill can close that gap pretty well. Zelfa is very slick and he can box on that back foot, but so can Gill. I think it'll be a bit of an interesting one to see how they first come out and see who, takes that front foot. But I think it's a matter of time before, Jordan Gill gets to him. I can just see, Jordan Gill doing it again. I think, Zelfa might be up, but I think just Jordan Gill will get to him. I think he trains with top level trainers. I just think he'll close that gap, and I think he'll get to Zelfa eventually. And I think he'll stop him late on, maybe round 10 or not. Yeah, round 9 or 10. I'm saying to Jordan Gill, I think he'll get to him eventually over time, and I think, But in my opinion, it'll be Jordan Gill the winner of Cordina Kakachi. That's a fight for another time we'll talk about, but I think we all know where we're sort of going with that one. The Cordina fight I'm on about. But that's another story. I think it'll be a good fight for both. Whoever wins, I won't be shocked if Zelfa wins, and if Gill wins. Who I think will win is Gill, round 9 or 10. But I think
If Zelfa was to lose this fight, I feel like he'd move up. I feel like he's massive for the weight.
yeah, lightweight.
He's huge, mate, for the super feather. He is huge. I've sparred him. I've watched quite a lot of Zelfa over the years. Like I said, I'm a big boxing fan as well as a fighter, and I've seen a lot of Zelfa. And to be honest, I didn't realize how big he was until I've actually, I've been in there with him. But yeah, he's got a lot of attributes, and I'm not going to come on here and expose them. I don't feel like it takes. Jordan Gill's got a great team behind him. He's got Ben Davidson, who's a tactician master. Breaks fighters down very well, and I feel like they're going to know what Zelfa's good at, and where they feel he's weak. But he's defensively very, very good.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. We could be
Yeah,
all day discussing that. But yeah, thank you for your
definitely.
time. Are you
No problem,
saying,
mate.
did you say Barrett points, yeah?
I'm gonna, yeah. You know what? I feel like he could stop him, but I'm just gonna say a Barrett win. I don't know how he's gonna do the job, whether he gets him out of there or whether it's a points victory. But I'm gonna say a Barrett win.
And I'm saying Jordan Gill round 9 or 10. Thank you for your time, Levi, and enjoy the show on Saturday, mate.
And you, mate. Speak to you soon, Sam.
Bye, mate.
Bye, mate.